Poppy Playtime fell off. Hey there, buddy, old pal, old friend. Welcome back to Ann Galaxy's channel. I forgot my intro for a second there. I do not intend on playing Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 ever. I know these games get like tons of views, tons of clicks, tons of likes, but I just can't bring myself to do it for a few different reasons. Okay, more like a lot of different reasons. But let's get into it. This isn't going to be like superbly analytical, mostly because I don't think the game is worth the effort. I just wanted to talk about why Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 seemed to have really fallen off. I really feel like a lot of people think this, as well as me. We kind of all feel like Poppy Playtime peaked at Chapter 3, and that's probably kind of where things should have wrapped up. Like, I'm surprised. I didn't even know that, like, Chapter 4 and Chapter 5 had dropped until recently. I was like, what the fuck? Who the hell's Doey? Who the hell's Lily? So I watched Markiplier's stream, of course, of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, and I should have been tipped off as to how sad of an experience this was going to be based on how bored I was while watching. And like, it wasn't Mark's fault. Although I do kind of feel like he struggled a lot with the puzzles, like more than he should have. But to be fair, like when I was looking at the puzzles, I didn't know what the hell you were supposed to really do. And maybe I'm just bad at puzzles. Then again, the game this time around really seemed to have so many fucking puzzles that it was really hard to like stay engaged with the game as just a viewer. Like, I can't even imagine as a player like being like, oh, I gotta figure out all this shit before I can get to the interesting parts, you know? Which is Poppy Playtime's strongest parts are the characters and the lore and the story. But like, when you need to solve a puzzle every 2 minutes, it's really hard to like stay immersed into that. That being said, by this time in the game, in Chapter 5, I don't really know why we're here or what the fuck we're doing. I don't know what's our motivation. I'm not like saving kids, but I thought they were dead already. I believe that just blowing up the whole factory with all the toys inside would probably be the best ending for these children, because living as a toy instead of a human child feels like a fate worse than death. Sorry, went off on a bit of a side tangent there. It's hard to stay engaged in the story because of all the goddamn puzzles. And all the chase sequences, too. But we'll get into that later. Speaking of the story, Casio, I love you, buddy, has said that the only reason you play Poppy Playtime is for, like, the story and the characters and all that stuff. And he's right. He's totally right. That's why I haven't played it at all because I don't want to anymore, given the direction it's gone in. He thinks that Poppy Playtime should be a movie. In my opinion, I think it would probably do better as like a TV show, kind of like the Amazing Digital Circus. And like, the thing about that is, like, video games are unfortunately like the best and easiest way to get your story like out into the world, because games just happen to spread like wildfire, whereas with like animations and stuff like that, it can be harder to like get that out there. And I mean, I'm sure that it originally was supposed to be like a game. Chapter 1 was really good with what it did. I heard that the original developers from Chapter 1 aren't there anymore, and that would make a lot of sense. Since the story of Poppy Playtime is like out there, that makes it, because of the games, of course, and all these streamers and YouTubers and playing the fuck out of the game and whatnot, because it is out there, it will be easier for them, if they want to make it into a TV show. I think they should, for the creators to make a TV show and to get the attention of like a studio to like help them out. Glitch, if you did a goddamn Poppy Playtime TV show, that would be so fucking dope, dude. The animation is in the games is like always really good, which like kind of only proves further that it should be made into a TV show. I've seen people say that Lily Lovebraids should have been a boss fight, and I'm very inclined to agree. Can I speak? Just fucking cut. Cut. She should have been a boss fight. which I think would have been a really good idea because her hair is flammable, and like you could have used the fire hand to like get some fire and then light her on fire and then burn her to cinders. How cool would that have been? Another thing Mark said that I find really important to mention is how the game introduces like new interesting characters but then like immediately kills them off. Lily, my beloved. The only consistent characters we've had is Poppy, Kissy, and the prototype. And I really wish we had more time with all the characters that we were introduced to, so that when they die, it hurts more and it leaves more of an emotional impact. Or they could just not die at all. I mean, like I said, death is probably the best ending for all of these characters, but it's like, if they could just stick with us all the way to the end, that'd be nice. But no. So I mentioned the chase sequences, right? In chapter 5, there's way too many chase sequences. I think the most important, quote-unquote, chase sequence, the one with Lily, the biggest difference between Huggy Wuggy's chase sequence in the first chapter is that Huggy's was really straightforward. There wasn't really anywhere you were forced to go the right way, you know? And like, if you just weren't fast enough, you would die and you'd have to restart. And the tension was high the whole time. Like, the environment was great because it was really claustrophobic and it was like really panic inducing. And the difference between that and Lily is that Lily's sequence, as much as I love Lily, is really convoluted and the path is like super unclear and you have no idea where you're supposed to go, and so you're gonna have to restart a lot. And also during that sequence, if I'm remembering correctly, it introduced a new mechanic, which you should not do during a chase sequence. Why would you do that? You should introduce it during a calm part so that you can bring it back during the tense chase sequence. Like, people are gonna die a lot during introducing a new mechanic in the fucking chase sequence, and so people are gonna have to restart a lot, and that means the tension dissipates really quickly and just raises the frustration within the player. I saw a comment on a video, it was a video of Casio reacting to Markiplier playing Poppy Playtime and like giving his thoughts at the end of his stream. Future me show a clip of Mark losing it.
But it's like, oh my god, enough! Enough!
Thank you, future me. So on this video, there's a comment that said, the biggest problem with Poppy Playtime is that it is obvious that the devs are the only ones who playtest the games. No actual person playtests it. It's obvious in the introductions and instructions to the story, puzzles, and mechanics. The devs know what to do when they playtest it because they made it. To everyone else, it just gets really confusing and tumultuous. Mark is absolutely right. Thank you, Bugs2026. Couldn't have said it better myself. You need people outside of your game to test your damn game so that you get important feedback that can help improve the game for a wider audience and not just the people who worked on it, so of course they're gonna know what to do in the situations, you know? I will bring up what I thought worked in Chapter 5. I was very disturbed during the part where you see the rooms where the children are being like preconditioned into becoming toys. It kind of gave Epstein Island a little bit, didn't it? With all those chairs. I hated that part a lot, which is good. You shouldn't really like your horror game, I think. Well, you know what I mean by that, right? It's like you like it, but the subject matter makes it upsetting, and so you kind of don't like it, but you know. And what else disturbed me was the opening sequence where there were gross. I hate this part. I hated it so much. It made my skin crawl, which is good. In a horror game, that is good. Make your fucking player uncomfortable. Not too uncomfortable. You know what I'm trying to say. The opening of the commercial is like interspliced with clips of surgeries being performed, and it's just like you see that the toys are like meat. They're organs and bodies, and they're wrapped in felt and stuffing, and that's horrifying. Lean more into that. lean more into like the horror and the gore and the unbelievable gross horrors of like what the fuck they're doing here, right? Like you should lean more into that. Mark said that he prefers Garden of Banban over Poppy Playtime, and a lot of people are really mad about that, and like I understand, I do, because Garden of Banban just seems like such slop, you know. But the difference between the two, I think, is that at least with Garden of Banban, it improves each time, and Banban seems pretty clear as to what it wants to be. Like it just wants to like be a game, a weird game where weird shit happens and you got weird characters that all speak a bunch of different languages, and I really like that about the game, actually. I may not know what the hell's going on in Garden of Banban, like 99% of the time, but it's like at least you can see that those games are being made for the love of the game, I think. Whereas Poppy Playtime is... it's just like a mess. It seems a lot like, oh, we've started this franchise and now we have to kind of drag it out to make money. I can't believe that Chapter 5 is $19 fucking $99. It's unbelievable. They keep putting this out to sell merch also. And admittedly, I would like some plushies, but that doesn't mean it's good. Okay? You made some cute looking characters. That's it. That's kind of it. You made a good story with cute characters, and your gameplay is kind of ruining that. I'm gonna admit something also. I could not tell you what the hell happened in Poppy Playtime Chapter 4. Could not tell you a damn thing. The only thing I remember is Doey. That's it. And I only watched Mark's playthrough of the game because, well, it was Mark. I don't remember anything besides Doey. Nothing. This is probably a sign that Chapter 5 was set up for failure. Honestly, like maybe a week from now, I'm probably not going to be able to tell you what the fuck happened in Chapter 5, other than Lily Love Braids, because that was like an interesting, unique thing they brought in for like 10 minutes, and then they decided to burn it all down. Anyway, that's all the time I have for this video. Please let me know your thoughts on Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Make sure you subscribe for more insightful commentary like this. Go play Garden of Banban instead. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.